Thank you for our official sponsor, Tundra Town Clothing Company. And you can find their clothes at TundraTownClothingCo.etsy.com. I'm rocking one of their shirts right now. Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Yep. That's fitting after yesterday's game.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, like, oh, this is a good one to wear on Victory Monday, right? For home games, after home games. I know it's not the frozen tundra right now, but it's always the tundra. But anyways, go to TundraTownClothingCo.etsy.com. Use our discount code GameOnWisconsin. Game on Wheat. Just the WI, the nice abbreviation for Wisconsin. That'll save you a little bit of money. 100% cotton, locally printed in Green Bay, family-owned apparel there. Gotta love it. All right, Coast to Coast Packers victory Monday 1. Let's start it up by just a week 2 wrap up. Any thoughts about this game, or if you have thoughts about other games here in week 2 as I crack a cold one here?
Okay. Oh man. Honestly, like this week it seemed like kind of crazy seeing the Ravens go 0-2 after having a lead. I thought that was kind of wild. Raiders beating them in Baltimore. That's just insane to me. The fact that the Giants lost their kicker in the game to where they had to go for 2 every single time, and they could have won that game. And Washington scored no touchdowns. They scored nothing but field goals and won the game.
Yeah.
Bryce Young getting benched already. I think I do think that's a disservice to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a new system. He's a second-year player. Dave Canales, you signed a 6-year contract, man. I was like, if you're worried about getting fired already, I was like, A, Tepper doesn't need to be an NFL owner if he's talking about firing someone that he just hired. And then B, like, this is supposed to be a development year anyway. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you are winning or losing. It's about just preparing for the future, right?
Yeah.
And just like, man, like even last night's game, like I think like all the hype in the Super Bowl offseason champs, the Chicago Bears, the Roosters starting to come to roost. And you know what? They could be easily 0-2 right now if it wasn't for Tennessee being as terrible as they are. And
yeah,
Houston really put it to them. And they're like, oh man, we stuck around with Houston. I was like, yeah, you stuck around with Houston because Houston shot themselves in the foot a couple times because go ahead.
Bears defense is legit, I think.
It's good though.
Their offensive line is horrendous though.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
What does it remind you of, right? It reminds you of like when Cincinnati got drafted Jamar Chase, which I think was great, but they could have easily had Penei Sewell, right? And it's like same thing here where they drafted Rome Odunze when they could easily had Joe Alt or J.C. Latham. And you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, all right, well, the Bears are going to bear. And you know what? Polls, it gets to a point where like, all right, are you the right man for the job? Because there's a lot of his draft picks. I mean, Velus Jones was inactive and he was a high pick, right? And you know what I'm saying? Like, this Sunday was a lot of fun. I'm sorry, but I'm really starting to believe that Kansas City, like they just need them to win because holy crap, I understand that might have been PI, but my thing was the referee. He threw the flag like literally after the ball turned incomplete. Like he didn't throw it right when it happened. Like he see the ball's gonna be incomplete, and then he threw the flag. And I'm just like, when I see stuff like that, it just looks so suspect, man. I don't know, be conspiracy theory, script writing, all that, but man, it just I don't know. Some of the stuff is like just. They're like Nagler was saying it today, where it's like it gets to a point where these refs are thinking the game's about them, when in reality is their job is to make sure the game is fair, not to sit here and over officiate, which they've been doing lately a lot. Even in our games, they've been doing that. So I'm really looking forward to seeing who we get Sunday because, man, I think we're going to be up for a good game because it's a game where Tennessee Titans aren't that good, and they have a lot of playmakers. What about you? What do you think? What do you feel about this Sunday? Our game, we talked about that yesterday, so I felt like we can go touch
yeah.
NFL, right?
You know, I watched Caleb Williams run for his life last night.
Yep.
He Soder here said Caleb Williams might get killed. And you know, he does have a bit of arm talent there. Like, you know, he flashes that on the regular, but we'll see about his decision making. And then you know, he's gunslinging it right now. He's kind of fun to watch, man, to be honest with you. But I can't cheer for him, obviously.
No,
but
I have felt no sympathy for him whatsoever.
It's fun to watch him get chased, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, this is so fun.
It's just all these Bears fans coming out of nowhere all offseason talking about, oh, we are the best, we are this, we are that. We're going to take over the division. Caleb Williams is coming to the most perfect situation that he could have ever came into, and now the Roosters are coming to roost. And guess what? They ain't got nothing to say for it. And these guys are looking like doo-doo on offense. I'm telling you, Shane Waldron was not the pick. I was happy they hired him because he is not a good OC. And man, I'm telling you, I'm really looking forward to seeing where they are, in the next 4 to 5 weeks. Because if this continues, I mean, DJ Moore was pissed.
Yeah,
he was so mad when those balls were not getting his way. And at one point, he was like, he told Tyson Bagent, "I need you." I'm like, wait, what? What are you talking about? So yeah, man. I'm definitely this Sunday was a lot of fun. I definitely didn't do anything Sunday. I watched a lot of football, probably a little bit too much football. I got a little too lazy. But man, it was good. And the Chargers, man, look, Harbaugh comes in. He has that team running just like he did with the Niners, man. And oh man, guess what? 49ers, holy crap. Now they lost Debo. They lost Debo for 2 weeks. And
wow.
And Nick Bosa got banged. I mean, dude, they're getting nothing but injury after injury after injury. And then the Rams lost Cooper, and we play the Rams here in a couple weeks, so they're not going to have Cooper. They're not going to have Puka or Cooper. And their offensive line is completely shattered. So I'm telling you, as much as I want Jordan Love to come back, a part of me is kind of like, look, if we can kind of weather the storm here for these next 2-3 weeks, cool. But again, if he's medically cleared to play, I'm playing him. Not even trying to be selfish, straight up,
Yeah, if he's pushing to come back, and he's like, I want to play this week. I'm all for him taking off this week and us hey man, just relax, take it easy this week. Because I feel like this is a very winnable game. If the Vikings, right, they play the Texans, I think, next week.
Mm-hmm.
If the Vikings go 3-0, if the Vikings are 3-0, I want Love to come back, man. Because I don't know. I'm really surprised how the Vikings are playing. The Bears might have the best defense in the North, but because their offense is abysmal right now, we'll see how many games they win, and if they try to fix that offense line at all during the season. Saints, I want to at least say something about the Saints. Holy moly. Who says you can't teach an old car new tricks, man?
Goodness gracious. Bro. Look, that was actually pretty good because holy crap, I was hating on Dennis Allen big time. Okay. Yeah. I was hating on him hard. And he has that team running like a fine-tuned machine right now. He's always had good defenses. Offense has been kind of helter-skelter, right? Yeah. Now they got this Kyle Shanahan system there. Clint Kubiak went there, learned up for Kyle for a year or two, maybe a year only. And he brought that same system here. And, man, Derek Carr is wheeling and dealing. And Kamara, who I feel like is going to be out after this year, I don't think he's going to return. So he's playing for, a new team basically, right? So he's going to play his butt off. And Rashid Shaheed, dude, holy crap. He was a home run hitter last year. But to hit a home run two weeks in a row, Chris Olave, who? Dude, I'm telling you, we play them this year. At least they come
on Monday night.
Dude, it's going to be a game, bro. That's going to be a game. Yeah, that's going to be a really good game.
Yeah, man, Saints are looking good, man. Before we maybe we talked a little bit on the Vikings and the Bears. Bucks Saints. Man, matchup of Titans. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. I gotta stay focused here instead of looking at let's go. Gotta bring up the Lions. Okay. Lost at home to the Bucks.
Yeah.
Goff, costly turnovers. Baker Mayfield looking good, looking solid. But we got to talk about all the NFC North teams, I feel like, each week. And
I don't blame you. And you know what's funny, too? When it comes to, the Lions and the Buccaneers, I thought that was going to be a shootout. I thought it was going to be a high-scoring game. It didn't even break the over, man. And the fact that Baker Mayfield got sacked, 5 or 6 times by Hutchinson, and it still didn't rattle him. if you sack a guy that many times, eventually he's looking for footsteps. He's, as Sam Darnold used to say, he's seeing ghosts, right? Dude, he did not care. He just kept wheeling and dealing. Godwin had a career game. And for the fact that the Buccaneers' whole secondary was banged up, Antonio Winfield out, Carlton Davis no longer there, James Dean out, or Jamal Dean out. I mean, dude, they had nobody back. They had a bunch of just no names back there, and they got the job done. And Goff did not look good. I'm just trying to be honest. He just didn't look that good. And Amon St. Brown got banged up. They're saying that it's a day-to-day injury with a bone, a contusion, I think it is, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, Sam Laporta hasn't been looking great. He hasn't done really anything, and he was a really big part of that offense last year. Jameson Williams has been killing it. He's been back-to-back weeks now. He's been having 100 yards and doing his thing. But you're right, though, bro. Someone said one of the guys for the Niners beat was Niners are banged up, Packers lost their quarterback, Rams are hurt. This is going to be the Lions division and NFC conference. I'm I don't think so, dog. They can't even keep their head on straight right now with the fact that they're losing players and they just lost a game that was easily winnable. They had the ball at the end of the game and they had multiple times to score and Goff threw a pick.
And they go to Arizona next week, and that's not
a gimme anymore, dude.
That's not a gimme, man. No.
What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you Arizona's gonna be truth this year? I told you they were on the up.
I like it when the Cardinals are good. I have a lot of in-laws that live down in Arizona, and they're Cardinals fans. And so when the Cardinals are good, it's a better time to hang out with the in-laws because they're in a better mood.
100%. I'm just gonna say the Arizona Cardinals have been building that team now for a while. Kyler Murray had the ACL, so he had that down year. And then last year he was coming back from the ACL, so he had some time to kind of get his legs right. But once he got his legs right, dude, it was going to be a matter of time for him and Marvin Harrison Jr. got on the same page. When they did, is all I can say. Because that offensive coordinator is coaching his ass off. And Kyler Murray, people forget he was a first overall pick. He's not a bum. He's hella short, but the dude has a rocket for an arm. He knows how to play within the confinements of his measurements, if that makes sense, right? He's a hell of a football player. And honestly, he's already in the MVP conversation. It's sad that him and Derek Carr are probably leading the MVP conversation right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess we got to throw out there too. Rodgers got a win with the Jets.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And,
he did.
Showed up when it mattered.
Yep.
And so I guess then we have Eagles and Falcons tonight. Enjoy that one.
Hell yeah, man. I think that's starting right now as we speak.